This is the assignment in Marketing 18.2 about mobile homes. So I chose 4 major players when it comes to the first assignment, which was about analyzing the company's opportunities and its threats. I said I chose the economic, the technical, political, and the Danish culture of this part of the assignment. So if we just get started with the economic, we have a current Danish market boom, which means that the consumers have more money between their hands, also meaning that the salesmen are happy to sell the consumers more, and the consumers are willing to pay more and they're willing to make new investments. And this could possibly go into mobile homes or campers, which is good for the company. Then there's the technical development, and it's kind of sticks together with the political. And the technical development was about how that mobile homes are getting more luxurious, they're becoming heavier, they're becoming more comfortable. And this is all good because they're helping with expanding to a larger customer pool. But with heavier auto cameras, there comes a higher taxes, because in Denmark we pay a annual tax depending on the weight of your mobile home. So with a heavier mobile home, you have to pay more taxes, which prevents people from purchasing mobile homes, or it prevents people from buying heavier and more luxurious mobile homes, which of course cost more, and this is bad for the company. So a good technical development for the company, but a sad political. That's bad. Then there's the Danish culture towards nature, and we are very happy to camp. Us Danes, we're happy to spend time in nature, which is good for the company, where they can both sell mobile homes or campers. Now to the second part of the assignment. Here we're going to try to explain a children's family's buying behavior when buying a camper. Now, if we look at some social buying motives, we can try to look at bandwagon, for example. Now, bandwagon would be relevant because when buying a camper or a mobile home, you have probably heard from somebody how it was like. You might have already been on a camping with fellow friends or family or whatever, and they have recommended this camper or this mobile home to you. So you're just trying to become like one of them or have the same as they have. The dissonance reducing buying behavior is relevant to talk about when using campers because it's quite an expensive purchase and it's quite an expensive product as well. And it's reducing buying behavior because, as the assignment states, there's not a lot of brand differences when it comes to campers. So you have like very expensive products, but there's not a whole lot of variety between brands in mobile homes. And to get a really clear view of this buyer decision process, we can just start off by the need of recognition. And this is when you realize that you might have the need for a camper. If you often go camp with family and you're always cold, you might see this sort of problem. But the important thing here is actually the two highlighted parts, the information search and the evaluation of alternatives. And that's because this assignment was about finding a auto camper or a mobile home for a children's family. And every family has special needs for that exact family. So you might have many kids, you need to have a bed each. You might have few kids, but big kids where you need to sort of adjust to your own family. So you spend hours searching for information, especially also when this is such an expensive purchase. You spend hours and hours of searching for information. You evaluate all your alternatives to make sure that this is the perfect camper for you. And then you purchase the camper and you you can see it here. You make a post-purchase behavior, which means that you evaluate your purchase. How has it been? Has it worked out? Was it what we were looking for? The next assignment was about analyzing the competition on the market. and I said that there was few substitutes to buying a mobile home. Of course, you can sleep in a tent, but that's not quite the same. And that means that there is normally higher competition because all are competing about the same product. As again that the article states, there are small differences between the brands, also meaning that this is a high competition. They're competing on price and small differences like quality, brands, but there's not a lot of brand value in each brand. I also said there is market leaders, followers, and niches, as we will come in on to just a minute. And I finish off with an example as oligopoly, with few market leaders but still competition. And I said this because there's almost always some companies that are more dominant than others, but with high competition, with small differences, with few substitutes, there will always be some sort of competition between brands with pricing. Now here I found 3 brands and 6 models, and the first 3 brands, or first 3 models, are the Adria, Altea, Estella, and Andorra. These are high quality campers provided by a high quality brand. And it's the same with Devless, who create high quality brand but quite expensive campers as well. These are the 2 market leaders in my opinion. They try to use a very aggressive pricing strategy, which is often seen by the market leaders. And that's basically based on providing high quality for their customers and getting high revenue because of that. They also use a customer preference price, meaning that they adjust their prices and the quality by what they're providing to their customers by how the market is standing currently. So if we have a market boom as we have now, they try to up the price, they try to up the quality, which model they're marketing. And if we have a bad economy, they try to adjust to that as well. Here we have the last brand, that's the Hobby, and this is a bit more cheap brand. They use more of a follower tactic on the market, and they use a break-even pricing strategy as well. And the break-even price strategy is when you try to cover your costs and just cover your costs. So the price you're selling at is just covering your cost, yeah. And the loss leader price strategy as well, meaning that they sell from an internal point of view, if you could say that. They try to look, okay, what do we need to cover here, and how do we adjust our prices to that. Then we were to do a segmentation of 3 different markets. That was the cheap, middle, and expensive market. And for the cheap, I said that this was probably new campers. They might not have tried camping before. They might have just been recommended to purchase this mobile home or camper. They are probably a young family, perhaps with kids, trying to get some new vacation experience. And they must be financially stable to purchase this sort of product. Then there's the middle. This is a bit more experienced campers. They have tried this before, they know what they're doing. Perhaps a bit older, they might not have their kids with them. And they purchase extra gear to their mobile home. This could be chairs, cups, some heaters, whatever. And then there's the expensive, and this is probably more elders or rich people. They may live in this mobile home or camper full time all year round. And they definitely have extra gear. Heaters, chairs, tables, whatever you need. And this is also what the target group probably would be for Swedish mobile home, this expensive and the middle. This is definitely for campers with more experience than just completely new ones to the market. The last part was a positioning map of the campers. We had to choose one extra, I chose Eriba, and I've already went through Hobby, Adria, and Deadlifts. So Eriba was or it is a camping brand, and they have very few different types of campers, but at a very high quality, and they're adjusting to both the cheap and the middle and the expensive market for campers. So they provide a very few campers, but they provide it at a very high quality with very low costs.